Hello and welcome to episode 556 of the Awesome Comics Podcast, the place where the small press makes one hell of a big noise. My name is Vince Hunt, and joining me as always is the artist and creator of Vanguard, the epic webcomic returning in 2026. It's Dan Butcher.
Hello.
And a man that I look forward to seeing every night when I close my eyes and I dream. It's Tony Esmond.
Hello.
Hello.
Nightmare.
No, you're not a Freddy Krueger-like figure, Tony. Quite the opposite.
Sexy.
Sexy Krueger. Welcome
what
to the
week.
It has been. I tell you what,
It's been a week.
It's been a bit of a mad start to 2026.
Fucking hell, it has. Yeah.
For us, for you, for the world. Who knows? Who knows when you're listening to this, actually? Because looking at the listening numbers,
Might be in the past.
it sort of spikes like a couple. Okay, so when you listen to this 2 weeks after it came out, I hope you've had a nice week.
2 weeks before.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Do you no, I was about to get into a whole time travel tangent then, and
I wouldn't want to go backwards in time because all the poo would go back up your bum.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, that happens.
Is
It's
it?
like when your mum surprises you and it goes back up again.
No, that's not what happens, Tony.
You never seen that on the IT crowd? And he goes,
Yeah.
Mum, it's gone back up
It's
again.
gone back up now.
Doesn't that happen in Red Dwarf as well?
Oh, does it?
Cat-
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, of course it does.
Cat
When they
was
go
shit.
backwards.
Yeah, in the backwards world. As you can tell, folks, it's just the three of us this week. There's no guests.
Yeah.
It's just us, and there's going to be a lot of comics chatter.
We've got a guest next
Banter.
week, haven't we? One
Oh
we're excited
yeah,
about.
we're back on the guest train.
Very excited.
And and thank you to everyone who's the nice feedback on the episodes that started off this year. We really appreciate it. We've got some exciting plans for the next few months and exciting guests.
Yes, we do.
So stay tuned. From all over sides of comics, and we're always looking to delve freshly into that earth,
Into pastures new.
into the pastures, the soily pastures of comics. Oh,
The dirty pastures.
Soily
Muddy
pastures
pastures.
sounds a bit weird, doesn't it?
It does. Weird.
What a strange combination.
We're trying to do more posts in the Substack, aren't we? We're kind of gently.
Oh, yeah, we got
Yeah.
exciting
Yeah.
times ahead. We already had one from you this week, mate. That was a good
Yeah, I
one.
did that one. I tried to sort of not make how to make a comic, but there's a couple of things to consider before you make your first comic. Because
Very good. Very well written.
Okay, like we've got some
Cheers,
comics talk, and we've all got some different topics and stuff to kick off, and of course some great recommendations later on in the show. But I'm going to kick us off with something that I'm going to bounce off that, Dan. What you said there.
Sure.
With social media, Reels, TikTok, all of this stuff, videos, YouTubes, etc. There is so many sort of tutorials, how-tos. This is how you should make a comic, or not how you should make a comic, but how to make a comic, how to draw better, how to, draw these sort of figures, how to blah blah, infinitum.
Yeah.
My question is, how useful do you think these things actually are?
I think it depends on the discipline you're applying it to. I think with stuff like printing and, preparing for print, it's very useful. Maybe slightly less so for art. It can be useful because I think there's certain things that should come naturally and should come experimentally and imaginatively and stuff like that that you can't teach.
Yeah.
And I would say for writing, I did try reading some how to write stuff donkey's years ago, and I got so pissed off of it because it was like stating the bleeding obvious. And I think some of it was making it too structural. I always talk about that McKee book. People go back on about it, and I don't like it because I find it makes it too structural. And
It's
I
the
think
same with that cat book, the Don't Save the Cat.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same thing
Yeah.
as structure.
right.
As soon as
Yeah,
you
and
know
I-
the structure, you can fucking see it everywhere, and it's like, oh,
Exactly, and some of my favourite comics haven't had that structure,
yes.
and have been much more more to my liking, and I don't want it to affect me.
Yeah.
Well, saying that, I have read. I think the best how-to for me is to read books that are written well and comics that are written well.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that, but it's different for art a little bit more.
Well, one of the things I'm
Yeah.
thinking of is there is a lot, and by the way, I asked this question not hating or slating or making judgments
Yeah,
on
no, I mean,
any people who
Yeah.
do these sort of things, by the way, because some of them are probably fantastic.
I do. This
if
came
you've
up
done
in the
them-
Slack. You know that,
Yeah.
don't you?
But
This came up a little bit in the Slack this week. You go
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
because what I'm leaning towards here is the people that offer the courses. Oh, I've got an 8-week course of this, that, and the other, and I know there's certainly. I mean, across the board with the artistic, with the arts, there's loads of them. I've seen oil painters sort of like, oh, here's my 8-week course for how to do this, blah, blah, blah. But comics is a fascinating one for me because it feels, I don't know, it's something, maybe it's saying easier to get to grips with, but everyone's got their own personal language and way of doing it. But do you do these courses for the little things that you don't know that you might learn? Because sometimes it's, like, if I'm trying to learn how to do things, like you say, Tony, if it's just, you open up this, you click file, you click open. I'm thinking, I know all of that. I just want to know how to put A into B.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That sort of thing. How useful are these courses that people obviously sign up for and pay for? Do you think they're...
Like, I think the whole thing of, like you said, like with technical instruction, they can be great because you can get a lot of insider knowledge from someone who does the job you want to kind of do. Like, I signed up for the K. Michael Russell comic coloring course.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Done
cool
that.
with that.
So there's stuff like that. But like Tony said, when it's kind of like how to draw a character or something, or how to write the story and the panel layouts, that's very difficult to teach, and it may be one of those things you only gain through like road hard skills of kind of traveling and doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. It is almost though an evolution of the thing that so many people I know I did, how to draw comics the Marvel way. I mean, how much of that was a stepping stone for millions of artists, wasn't it? And it's almost a modern version of that, isn't it? Yeah. It's almost a modern version of, instead of just looking at the pages, you're seeing someone drawing it and talking you through.
There's people that have done how to draw the Marvel comics the Marvel way and gone and done great, and there's other people that haven't, and there's other people that never picked that book up and been shit, and there's other people that never picked it up and been great.
Yeah.
Look, it's all. I think you're right, man. It's all different circumstances for different people at different times.
Yeah.
I think the Marvel Draw Comics, the Marvel Way, the Try It book and stuff like that were very successful and quite right too. And they were looking for people to draw their comics. I don't think it's quite the same. I do find sometimes, not all the time, that it's a grift. That I'm not saying who, but there's a certain Vertigo editor whose comic line massively fucking failed, and then just threw themselves into doing books about how to edit comics ad infinitum.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do wonder if it's just to make money, which is what the comics industry is about, I guess. And we should never forget that.
Yeah.
But I do think it's preying on people who perhaps rely a little bit too into that, and also it's producing stuff that is exactly the same.
Yeah.
I think the best way to I think Alan Moore says, and Alan Moore's done it. He's done a fucking paid-for course.
Yeah, I mean, we live in the age of the masterclass, don't we? Which
I don't sign up
which that word immediately makes me think, really?
Yeah, I'm sure he was chased by someone to do that.
Yeah,
because he's not
completely.
He's not that sort of thing. But he says, like, read books, read good books, read bad books, and I kind of agree with him. But I just think there's so much of it out there at the moment. What with the ease of streaming and stuff, so many Kickstarters about it. And I'm just massively cynical about probably most of it.
Yeah, because also if you've got if you're an artist or a creative with any sort of following, it also is a revenue stream, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you actually provide it. It's the same as comics. Provide content that's actually got some worth. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know what I'm personally. I'm more like I'm just going to fail myself, do my own thing, beat myself over the head. The courses don't feel like something that I would do. Who knows? In 5 years, I might tell you that
we are older men, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We're men of a certain age, aren't we? And me more so than others. And I think kind of maybe it's directed towards younger people. If it's taking, like the same with OnlyFans, man. If it's taking advantage of people, then I'm fucking not in it.
Yeah.
If it's looking to help people and earn some money along the way, fine.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what teachers get paid for their fucking living.
And there's
you know what I mean?
There's also people that when you hear about actual genuine, comics making courses that are happening, whether it be in the UK or in the US, like the Cubit School, people who can't make it or sign up for the Cubit School or something like that, to be able to have classes or courses with these genuine people is it's a brilliant learning tool, isn't it? It's just an amazing sort of like, okay. But I don't know how they work. Do you know what I mean? Is it something that you're just getting like a Skillshare video where someone's just telling you what to do?
No,
or are you having like Zoom calls? Or
they can be both. Yeah, I know Chaikin does a one-to-one thing. Pat does a one-to-one thing.
Yeah.
They can be extremely useful if they're catered to the person. I went on a taught on a comics course, God, fucking 10 years ago at this point, and we were on to term 5, and the people still hadn't made a comic, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Should have been doing that fucking week 1.
In my opinion, should have been doing it before you got there.
Yeah. Or like with every term, make a little comic or whatever, and then see over the terms how it's gotten better each time. Do you know what I mean?
Well, part of what you just said there, Vince, is to me is exactly right. Make a comic.
Yeah.
That's in that what we're doing here.
Yeah.
You know,
that can be quite a lot of university courses. Like if you kind of got the get up and go to study yourself at home, you obviously won't get the accreditation, but you can quite easily get the knowledge of studying yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen specialized comic art courses where it's like draw mechs, draw monsters or something.
Yeah.
And if you kind of got off your ass and got a load of reference together and started working on it yourself, spending time cultivating those skills, you might not need a fucking tutor to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think sometimes some are good, man, and some are grifts.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it at the moment.
Yeah.
Some are stating the fucking obvious, and some are genuinely there to help people.
I couldn't tell you what's good and what's bad because maybe people in the Slack have done some of these courses, but I've not done.
I know Chaikin's is good. I've heard brilliant things about Chaikin's. I know Rachel Ball's one is good. I've heard brilliant things about that. There's a few people that I've looked at and I thought, oh yeah, okay. But then again, I've seen some and I'm like, fucking hell, mate.
Yeah. It's there's a lot sometimes. You know, we see some absolutely fantastic ones, and we see some ones that are not necessarily great. Do you know what I mean? Like yeah.
Like that one with the Vertigo. I wouldn't take financial advice off someone who's broke or fitness advice off someone who's fucking.
I got a Vertigo question for us in a second, but
okay.
Fleetwood Mac say, go your own way.
Yeah,
that's what they say.
Yeah, and like follow the. I think, of course, follow the thing that you're kind of interested in. Do you know what I mean? So you can refine that and get better. I mean, I think Max Dunbar. You've heard of Max Dunbar? Yeah. You know, and like probably he makes a lot of his bones now from character design and doing stuff like he's done a few comics in the past, but he's worked with like Hasbro and all of this stuff, and he's done courses on character design and stuff like that's fascinating. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, you know, how does that? And we've talked about it on this show, haven't we? Like these bits that are like, okay, you have to factor in.
That's
bits.
Fine, man. If he knows what he's doing, but I see so many people who don't have a fucking clue. Giving these classes, I'm like, who the fuck? You can't fucking write for cheese.
Yeah. I think when I have not an issue, that's a stronger term, but it's when people say this is how you should do it. I don't really have a problem with sort of saying, oh, you shouldn't do this. Like for instance,
what's the benchmark?
You shouldn't make an overly complicated costume because you're going to have to draw that costume over and over and over and again. You know, that those sort of tips are handy, but it gets me when people go, this is how you do it, because there is no. There's no blueprint for
That's
comics.
what stifles creativity, I think.
Yeah.
Man, if you want to make a fucking overly complicated costume, you're making a rod for your own back, but like that's your choice.
You can include yourself in Dark Guard.
Dark Guard, Marvel UK. Woo! But I just thought that, you know, the teaching of making comics seems to be sort of at the forefront. It's always at the forefront for the past 5 years. So I thought I'd kick us off with that. And I think let us know, of course, like listeners on the Slack or beyond. Keep the conversation going. Obviously, if you're wondering what are they talking about, Slack is I'm just going to say it straight out at the front of the show. It's basically it's our Discord. Basically, is kind of what it is. Like a little forum board. Loads of great creators, comic readers. Just people who like listen to the show, whatever. You can sign up for it, get in touch with us, and you can sign up for it. Loads of different channels, art threads. What are some of the other channels we got on there that are still at the moment?
Movie and TV. We got created. We got covers. We got pages. Random rants. Rants are pretty cool one. Promo.
So there's something for everyone. For instance, like sometimes when you get on these social media, it's like I don't want to hear that. If you don't want to hear that, then there's a channel for that, so you won't hear that. But there is, of course, a podcast discussion one. So anything that we talk about on the show, keep the conversation going. And it's always, I love checking out that one. Yeah, I love checking
found out about the arrest of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor through the Memes channel.
You probably found out about it before he did.
Yeah,
Happy birthday
I was like,
to you.
fucking hell, all right.
Happy birthday.
How is Andrew Mountbatten linked to Star Wars?
I don't know.
So 7 separations of.
It's only a couple. Any ideas?
No, go on.
So one of Andrew's, because I think Andrew was like, this is maybe painful to hear for some people, was kind of Shagger of the Year in the Sun at one point during the, I'm going to say 80s. And he went out with a girl called Koo Stark.
Oh, no,
you ever heard of her?
Yeah.
Now, Koo Stark was the original Princess Leia.
Right, there you go.
I think as legend goes, they found out she'd done an electric blue, which is a sort of soft pork-corn.
Oh, no, is that you're out?
Soft pork-corn.
Soft pork-corn, yeah.
Soft
core popcorn. She did that, and I don't think she was in it, but yeah.
Get in the kibosh.
Wow.
There you go.
See, that's what this show brings. So much knowledge about everything. So, get in touch with us, join up with the Slack, and keep the conversation going. Who's next? Who wants to jump in?
I've got one.
Go on.
I've got one, and this occurred to me just as I was sitting down drinking some ginger beer, waiting for you to come online. So this applies to. So as we all know, Vertigo have just come back again.
Right.
It's unfair. So I haven't read the 2 yet, although I own both of them that have come out. So I haven't read them yet. Okay. But I was beginning to think, where do you measure things to? So I was thinking about this, and
probably beneath the waistline
with a ruler. But all I'm saying is, if the Vertigo returns, for me in my head, it's got to be as good as the original version. So it's got to be as good as Hellblazer, Swamp Thing, Scalped, Preacher, all that sort of thing. It's got to be as good as that. And that's where I measure it to. That's 10 on the scale of 1 to 10.
And that's where I think you set yourself up to fail.
Absolutely. But I also feel it with everything else. So
there's nothing wrong with having that high hope.
It's like
because
it
existed.
Hopes.
Because it existed.
Yeah.
It's not like we're...
Yeah. Now, I do it with other things as well. So, for example, Mad Cave. I go to a new issue of Mad Cave, and I think this has got to be as good as Prairie Gods. I'm hoping. My expectation or my hope, not expectation, my hope is it's as good as Prairie Gods. Same as Dark Horse. My hope is it's as good as Concrete or Aliens versus Predator.
Which is coming back. Did you hear about that?
Hellboy.
Concrete?
No.
Concrete's coming back this year for the first time.
Good stuff. Yeah. It's great comic. Really great comic. And I think we almost fail by hope these days because from what I hear from people I respect, it's not. Vertigo's not been anywhere near that good. It's had a couple of reboots, isn't it? A couple of returns. Vertigo, and I think we do need Vertigo. I enjoy the fact there is a Vertigo at all times. It's there, sitting there, ready with those weird stories. You know, look, if you look at the 90s, people tell the 90s in comics was shit. It wasn't because we had Vertigo.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole story that Vertigo was kept buoyant by UK sales during some of the 90s.
Right.
Because we really invested in it, and there's a lot of English writers and British writers in there.
Has it still got the cachet in the name anymore, Vertigo?
Well, that's what I wonder. So, this is the company.
If you said it now, most people would be like...
Yeah, I mean, that's because it disappeared when some people didn't... there's lots of younger readers now. I think in my opinion, which is a lot of these chats are going to be, by the way, listeners, Vertigo was that, right? It was a beacon, it was a lighthouse that was doing something different in this sort of mainstream, and that's why we got all those classic titles. But also, that was also an industry that Image certainly wasn't pumping out such a diverse width of different creative ideas. There wasn't a Mad Cave, there wasn't an Aftershock, there wasn't a, name all of these different publishers that have come, that exist, I would say, because of Vertigo.
In part because of Vertigo,
yeah. We get
certainly Dark Horse has changed, I think, almost.
There's so much stuff that happens
Vault, maybe have they gone away, but they certainly were like a Vertigo replacement.
Yeah, Vault were exactly the same. Yeah. All of these exist in part because of Vertigo, and these creators who are reading Vertigo had their Vertigo ideas, but then Vertigo didn't exist anymore. And then these other publishers came up that were there to tell these stories. And I think that's why some of these brilliant, these, I put in parentheses, like Vertigo comics that we always say. I mean, how many times have we said on the show, this feels like a Vertigo book? You know.
Yeah.
That's because people have
popping
been
out was Hyde Street.
Yeah.
Like,
Recently,
yeah.
Yeah. And there's that's the thing, is like Vertigo coming out now is another name amongst a load of other names.
Yeah, but I also think there's worth in, if you're going to return to a company that's highly respected, had some of the best comics ever made come out of Vertigo, I would argue, certainly Western comics, then you need to kind of honor them. I would say the comics that need to come out now from a rebooted Vertigo, you need to fucking say, right, we're grabbing the best and putting it out.
Yeah.
You have to. I mean, for me, and I'm not a business person, but if you're going to kickstart a Vertigo, you do like just say you name 5 titles, and 3 of them are massive guns. 3 of them are
massive creators.
Yeah, massive creators that are like, wow.
Maybe people who used to be in Vertigo.
Yeah.
You got Finnis, your Pete Milligans.
Yeah.
I know Alan Moore won't,
or someone that would have created a Vertigo book but are now doing it at Image or something like. You get someone
Jason Aaron,
who's the hotness now, coming back, and then it's a big title, and then you not sneak, but the other 2 titles are up and comers or something that's a little more Vertigo. That
but you think they're going to be quality titles.
Sleepers. Yeah. I think that's the way of doing it. You've got to something like Vertigo. If it's got to come back, it's got to kick the doors down, and that's the problem. That is the problem, isn't it?
In a wider sense as well, I kind of do compare in my head because, for example, a team book, a superhero team book. If somebody says, "Oh, we're making a superhero team book," I can't help but compare it to the superhero team books. Yeah. I hope it's as good as, Perez on Avengers. I hope it's as good as Elementals. I hope it's as good. All these books that come through.
There's a million fucking
Teen
books.
Titans. There's a million books, and there's probably 20 or 30 that will go through my head. Rebels, Legion, this sort of thing that will go through my head. Sinister, Shadow Pact, all these sort of things. I hope it's going to be as good as them. And I think, as a long-term reader, we're due to do that. I just don't think we can help it.
Yeah.
These days.
Yeah.
I do have a grade in my head of how good I hope it's going to be compared to. Yeah. Expectations are a big thing, man. We've said it so many times.
Yeah.
The one I kind of dread is when someone said they can do like a street level hero, because it's like, I could fucking
Here we go.
sit here all day listing fucking.
Well, comic fans are so cynical, man. I remember being. I was in the queue at Baltimore. As in I paid for a VIP ticket. It's not expensive, but anyway, I'm in the queue with a lot of fucking just blokes my age. And some bloke came up and he went, "Oh, is this the queue for the VIP area for the VIPs?" And somebody went, "Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate." This sort of thing. And he went, "You should be excited for the street level comic. He's a vigilante and all this sort of thing." And it was just him trying to fucking advertise. And I've never been so cringe. It was the most cringe. And everyone just like, right, all these blokes. Yeah. Some of them have got the old trolleys with fucking books to sign in them. They're all like haggard old fucking readers. And they just it was just so embarrassing,
not the ones
man.
For that book. Yeah.
God. Yeah.
But anyway. I think that kind of cynicism is well earned, because how many times have we been fucking had our fingers burnt?
Have we been promised something? Yeah.
And then you're reading the title and then it just gets taken out of the knees by corporate or something. You're like, okay, that's gone. And
it just doesn't live up to it. Doesn't live up to it. Yeah. Anyway, I sort of expect. I suppose it's the expectation is everything element of our lives.
What's come out at the moment? Because I just look at the article now. They announced 10 titles.
2 have come out.
The Nice House by the Sea, issue 7.
Yeah, technically they're saying that. They're saying, well, some people are saying that's the first Vertigo book, but it's actually they're moving it from one part of DC to another, basically.
I think that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Well, they did it with Swamp. The argument is Swamp Thing they did it with.
Yeah, but that's Swamp Thing.
I guess. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. No.
It's a different fucking landscape now to when Vertigo first launched.
Yeah.
I'd have to back up what Vince says. Like, you got to be really fucking bold.
I mean, I go into this know nothing about it, and looking at this article, which is from DC.com, the announcement. This is from October last year, actually.
Oh, okay.
And it's got all the covers on it. The covers look good. Do you know what I mean?
They look. They're okay. There's just nothing there that's like bang.
No.
If it was me, I'd have got fucking Pete Milligan. I'd have got all the fucking craziest writers I could find to come up with something.
Yeah, this is the problem. It's almost the problem of like the market becoming wider now or becoming bigger. There's a lot of covers that look nice, but I feel like I've seen them with other publishers.
Yeah.
There is no. There's none on there. There's an interesting 100 Bullets cover, but I kind of like. But that's Dave Johnson anyway, because he always fucking smashes it.
See, that's a good shout to put 100 Bullets back.
Yeah.
And we had the Brother Lono miniseries, didn't we, after 100 Bullets has ended? But
and it is Azzarello and Riso.
Riso again, so that's okay. I think that's not a bad shout. Yeah. But the two that have come out so far, I flicked through them in the shop and bought them, but I might.
Yeah.
What are the titles that come out so far, T?
I haven't got them here, mate. I'm sorry. Because it just occurred to me.
Okay, the titles that I've got the list of here. There's obviously Nice House by the Sea, which I imagine must be
a sequel to
Bleeding Hearts.
Yeah, I think that might. Is that the zombie one?
Yes, a zombie named Poke.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
End of Life by Kyle Starks is doing one.
Yeah.
I know. I just don't like that cover, man. I just think it's very generic.
Yeah, that's massively generic. I don't like
it. It looks a little bit Starman. I think that's because he's just.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah.
The Peril of the Brutal Dark, an Ezra Kane mystery by Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips. 100 Bullets, the US of Anger. Black Tower, the Raven Conspiracy by Ram V and Mike Perkins. Ram V seems like a creator that's tailor-made for
he sounds suitable to Vertigo. I don't know about Mike Perkins, I'll be honest with you.
Necrotatious by Tom Taylor and Derek Robertson. Derek Robertson? Wow.
Derek Robertson's back, so we've got the boys and stuff.
Scientists attempt to time travel to stop a zombie virus, only to land 66 million years in the past among dinosaurs. That for me, just that logline doesn't feel like a Vertigo book. I don't know why.
Seems a bit of a one that, but okay.
Yeah. Fanatic by Grace Ellis and Hannah Templar. The Crying Doll by Mariko Tamaki and Rosemary Valero O'Connell. And A Walking Shadow by Cy Spurrier and Aaron Campbell.
Yeah, so those last few are failing to inspire me in any way.
Yeah.
To buy them.
But being shitting on that fucking Necrotatious is just like, we're gonna have zombies, we're gonna have time travel, we're gonna have dinosaurs. It's gonna be fucking edgy as fuck. Okay. Yeah. Can we have a gorilla in there? No, man, you can't put a gorilla.
Yeah, what about a bicycle on the cover?
Yeah.
Was it like a motorbike or a gorilla?
It was a motorbike and a gorilla and red or something like that, isn't it?
Come on, yeah.
But look the covers up, folks. See what you think. I mean,
yeah,
there's a couple of good ones. I like the cover for 100 Bullets and Fanatic. That looks quite good.
I'll read the 100 Bullets book because I've never not read a 100 Bullets book.
Yeah.
So
that'd be interesting to see, because how long has it been since the last 100 Bullets?
Brother Lono was the mini, wasn't it? I'm guessing that was, I'm going to say 2008, maybe.
Christ, I remember getting that. Yeah, Jesus, yeah.
Like a 6-issue mini.
I quite like the masthead on the Brutal Dark, where you got the positive, the negative space.
Yeah.
On that, I'll send you that.
The thing about that is though, the design's nice, but is it? This is terrible, isn't it? Because we've got the Vertigo. I've got a bit of a Vertigo mindset. What I expect to be in there, which means that I'm wrong, because there is no set way of doing things, is there? But I look at it and it's either like a cool novel or a magazine masthead. Do you know what I mean? Rather than a Vertigo book.
Okay.
But it's a nice. I like that positive negative, like you said, Dan.
There's a lot of white space on an Ezra Kane mystery bit. That whole block there.
I mean, End of Life, man. That's fucking Ice-T, isn't it? It's just someone fucking put Ice-T on the cover of a comic.
You mean Vanilla Ice?
Sorry, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, I was about to say, bloody hell, Ice-T.
That's Vanilla Ice, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's just Vanilla Ice. Who the fuck? Who do they think they're kidding?
Yeah.
That one really sells me with the Carl Starks.
It's interesting because I kind of like that cover. I do like that cover. But it's interesting. We've all got different sort of views on it.
Yeah.
100 Bullets, okay, but I mean it's Black Tower. That, to be fair, of them all, the Black Tower one looks to me like a Vertigo book.
Yes.
Cover.
That
Lucretius
looks
like a fucking. Lucretius just looks like a fucking Oni book. Fanatic or whatever.
Well, if you're listening,
Crying Doll's a terrible cover. What the fuck is that? What colour it in properly?
Don't like that. Don't like that.
Walking Shadow. What? I don't know.
It's interesting, but it looks like a book that I've seen, like probably from IDW or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, let's just hope for great comics. That's all we,
Yeah.
you know.
If you're interested in picking one of those up, do let us know
Yeah.
which one you feel like you're going to give a shot.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of people who have talked about Bleeding Hearts on the Slack. I know EOC talked about it the other day. Yeah.
Perhaps we could all grab one and then do a review.
Old and new Vertigo.
That's a good shout, T. Yeah.
So I mean, Second Coming when it came back, was it Second Coming? Was that no? I think that's not Hoy book, wasn't it?
Because the thing about Vertigo as well, like the way we're talking about it, some people may think that God, we preach at the altar of Vertigo. There was lots of Vertigo books that I didn't get into.
There was a lot of fucking pretty mid books.
There was some stuff. There was some stuff I really liked and really loved. There was a lot of middling stuff and stuff I just never. I wasn't interested in. I just wasn't interested in. Here, okay, I'm just going to name one, which one that a lot of people have read. For instance, I never read and just was never really fussed about Transmetropolitan. That's
okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Enough.
You know.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I used to see that character everywhere, all over Wizard.
I think a bit like Transmit and Invisibles. I think you can talk about them both in the same breath. I think they both needed to get past Trade 1. I think if you got past Trade 1 and got into it, it's a bit like that with those two, I think. But they certainly didn't, especially Invisibles. I can never get into. My mate fucking lives and dies by Invisibles.
Yeah, that's got a huge following. The
yeah.
I was Sandman Mystery Theatre. I think I read a couple of those. It's just like
okay. Yeah.
Okay, it's fine.
Fucking Sandman. I never knew why people fucking loved that. Load of fucking wanky short stories, as far as I was concerned.
You should be able to find a load of them in the charity shop.
I did buy a load of like. There's a couple of Vertigo issue ones that I bought that are just like, okay, don't need any more of that. It's
I tell you, I reread Steve Dillon's Hellblazer this weekend, or a load of it, as I was cataloguing, and that still massively stands up. I fucking love it. Yeah. That dude.
I mean, also like. Whatever Vertigo did for me, it's like they dropped an atomic bomb of Preacher issue 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which changed everything.
Surprisingly not worth that much.
Really?
It's only $50.
Blame the TV show for that.
Wow.
I know, yeah. I can still to this day remember when I read Preacher 1. I absolutely adored it. And fucking first thing I read every month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Kill Your Boyfriend? You know, we did a review of that.
We did that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
There's Grant Morris and Philip Bond, I think, off the top of my head. Yeah.
So, let's hope that Vertigo hits some heady heights again.
Hey!
See what I did there?
Very good.
That was good. That was good. Dan, what have you...
Me? I ain't got fuck all. No, what with the questions posed?
We could go into the... Oh, go on.
Oh, we could do the artist if you want. Because
no, mate, you find something. You got something there.
Let me scroll. I said I think it goes back to the thing I was brought up in that little Substack post. Was that about decompression in comic storyline telling? Is that a problem nowadays? Because I see a lot of people who have got like finite time, maybe 1 or 2 comics a year, and they start telling stories which are like 5 issues long, and that they pull out moments that are like, this should have been a panel, not fucking 3 pages.
Decompression is a different ball game in small press compared to mainstream.
For some people who may not know, what we're talking about in terms of the comic sort of language and stuff, what do we mean by decompression in comic storytelling?
Well, it used to be kind of like you'd read an old school Superman comic, and he would kind of like get up, go to breakfast, and be to the Daily Planet maybe in 1 panel. Yeah. Whereas nowadays, like you could take up 3 or 4 pages of that because the storyline's been pulled out so much
to 6 issues, if not more, sometimes.
And it's just like the kind of the speed and they've looked more to kind of like Hollywood and TV and films for storytelling, and it's like this is not the same medium. And while I can understand it does work fantastically well in some comics, it's not for every comic. It's got a place, and
I think it's disappearing a little bit.
Yeah,
I think it's taken I read pleasantly surprised by the new X-Force comic. Who can fucking believe it? This week?
Wow.
There's 2 pages in it that feature Angel, and you could easily look at it and think it was a Lucifer comic from the early 2000s, in all honesty. But yeah, it had a fucking bunch of story in it. Same as Absolute Batman. I read my favourite thing so far I read this week is the new Absolute Batman. Fucking incredible.
Oh, nice.
Eric Canetti filling in artist for an issue just fucking
He's
blows your mind.
Unbelievable.
I know you're a
That's
massive
amazing.
fan, Dan, aren't you? Yeah,
Yeah, God, the kind of the character and kind of weight and feeling he can put in his
Yeah.
illustrations is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, like we kind of get that wait for a trade kind of thing, and it's like the first 5 issues is like the story, but every issue just feels like 10 minutes of a TV show that kind of sometimes it doesn't have the correct beginning, middle, and end beats to it. It's just kind of
Is this part of like when obviously I posed that question not too long ago about like, you know, the conversation in the diner. Do you know what I mean? There's these certain moments that deserve a few pages of dialogue and just, you know, you're focusing on everything they're saying. But it's something that we get fed up all the time. Is like, why are we wasting 5 pages of someone having a mobile conversation that isn't adding anything to the story apart from someone's opinion of something that happened in the charts?
There's I can see a lot of it going on, man. I try and be absolutely ruthless with the stuff I'm writing now to sort of like
You're putting a page at a time, man. That's the thing with yours.
Yeah.
A lot of your stuff is page at a time, so you've got a beginning and an end of a page.
Yeah,
a lot of the thing that used to get me is like a lot of these, you know, these pop culture references, all of these sort of like things. Spider-Man used to say them mid-fight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So things would be happening and he'd be saying all these sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But now he'd probably be sat down in a coffee shop or having breakfast with MJ and the kids or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And like,
yeah. I think
I don't like that.
they makes you
value for
sound
money
grumpy.
as well. I think that's the thing.
Yeah. It's got to mean.
around
It's
cafes
got to
fucking-
mean something, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, characters talking like they're out of fucking of a Tarantino film.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
breaking
we've
down
talked-
something. You're like,
And I always lean on you for this one, Dan, because you've read more of them, like the Kirkman verse and stuff. I always lean more to you there. And he's known for, obviously, with Invincible, taking that sort of trope, or he seems to be writing superhero or those sort of stories, just the rhythm of it really well. Does he ever really deconstruct, decompress stuff, or does he sort of?
he does.
He takes,
Yes.
but he picks and chooses. It feels like he does pick and choose, though. Doesn't
What was
he?
the martial arts series you did that we liked the first book? And then
Firepower.
Firepower. That fucking was massively decompressed.
yeah, that could have
It really
really
was.
fucking.
They're in
gone
their
a lot
house
quicker.
for about fucking 3 issues at one point. Yeah,
Mate,
similarly.
that first trade is fucking dynamite. I thought, where's this going to go? And I got the
Yeah.
second trade, and it's just like someone slams on the brakes, and you're just like,
Yeah,
holy fuck.
It's interesting that because when I read it all in one hit, all of the trades in one hit, and it was a different reading experience.
it's a fast read.
Because
if you do that.
I was going through it and it didn't feel like that for me because
But it's when you're
I
waiting
didn't-
month in, month out for an issue. That's the problem.
That's the problem, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because by the end I was like, fucking hell, this story's massive, and loads of massive things were happening that I kind of forgot about the time that.
Yeah, I think you forget about the mid period in that book because at the end you got such a fucking big thing happens.
Yeah.
No spoilers, but yeah, the middle bit of it where they go back to their house and sort of, sort of. I actually thought I'd read that issue
mid-bit.
twice. Yeah, I know.
Really? Oh fuck.
It's on. It's in. Is it in Global Comics?
Is it on
What did you
Global?
read
Oh,
it,
right.
Vince?
I read Global Comics as well.
I guess it might have. I might still be there, mightn't it? It might still be there.
What about creators like Larsen? Classically known for preaching at the altar of classic comics and comic storytelling, and obviously jizz fountains and things like that.
This week, I wish I
comics.
had this week on me to show you.
Oh God, what?
Fucking hell! It's not dirty. It's not like dirty Larsen, but his Popeye is in it,
Oh yes.
and then
Of course, because Popeye's available. Yeah.
then Dragon's son squares off against Mickey Mouse and some other mouse. Says, "I'll fucking do ya," and then it's him and Popeye go underwater to fight some sort of fishmen. It is fucking mad. It's joyously mad, in actual fact. But I don't think he does. I don't think, if in general terms, I don't think he does decompress in what he does.
No,
There's so much
yeah.
Kirby action going on. I don't think he can. Yeah,
It usually always an ending point of his comics of sort of something's happened. Like
yeah. Did I send you?
remember the early-
I'll send you it. Sorry, go on.
that early one when fucking that dragon's like sleeping with that girl, and then she answers the door and gets her brains blown out. And you're like, fucking hell. That was a hell of an end of an issue.
Yeah.
And he did put some real kind of like cliffhangers and stuff in there. But kind of with that stuff on the Substack, it was very much more kind of geared towards the small press creator of man, this fucking keep it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't make epic stories, but fucking
Well,
hell, like
it's like when they when they say about like writing novels, it's like for God's sake, make something's got to happen straight away.
Yeah.
You got to grab people straight away, otherwise they're just not gonna, care.
we've all read comics where like they set up this premise and then that just flames out after a couple of like, pages, and you're like, what are you doing? Like you should be cutting content out, not stretching it fucking thin.
I'm so it's so frustrating when I read like a one-line synopsis of a comic or like what the comic is, and I think fucking brilliant. I am sold, and I read it, and I just think, where's the bit that I just read about?
It's like Werewolves on the Moon, and you go, right, fucking hell, we've been on the moon for 3 issues, no werewolves yet.
Yeah,
It's like that.
The first issue is there, lots of talking, and then they take off for the moon right at the end. And you think, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It can be frustrating. It's surprising as well. Like lots of these titles that just do get very wordy, and wordy with, like, dare I say it, like normal people having conversations. And it's even worse sometimes when the artist, and this is no slight on a lot of artists out there, but lots of artists have like certain styles, and certain styles can mean that your figures can look similar sometimes. There's sometimes when some artists have that sort of Aeon Flux look to them, do you know, that sort of European, but all the faces kind of look the same, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you've got those books where it's just lots of talking and everyone looks the same, you're like, I've stopped. There's been many times when I've picked up new books ready to recommend. I was thinking, this looks cool, and by the end, I don't even finish the book because I'm like, I'm not in it. Nothing's hooked me. If I'm not hooked within the first 10 pages of an issue 1, really, unless the art is so fantastic that I just want to keep looking at the beautiful pages. But even then, I'm probably not reading the words. So is that a failure?
Back to the old adage of like, man, the art will make me pick up issue 1, the writing will make me pick up issue 2. It's just like
interesting. Yeah.
If the writing's not there, man, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't just. I'm not really one for just sitting there looking at pretty pictures and like the art writing's like fucking dreck.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's an interesting point of discussion. Isn't it? Like art is such an intrinsic part of comics. Are there any books or comics that are, like, part of your collections or whatever have been on the shelves that you're really not fussed about the story, but the art is so beautiful that
I think Image
got a
bases
mixture of
themselves.
you'll look at
it. Yeah. Jim Lee bases most of his comics.
Man, fucking Rob Liefeld's just basically like his stories are all the same. They're very lazy.
They're just action figure stories, aren't they? He's banging action figures together.
Yeah, artwork's pretty much all the fucking same as well. It's incredible.
Yeah. I'm very drawn to
Emperor's New Clothes moment for Rob Liefeld. It never seems to happen.
I went through the artwork just for this, really. Yeah. We'll talk about that in a minute, gentlemen.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah. Tony, you had another thing for us, didn't you?
Oh, should we do our artist thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, I actually came out of something sort of throwaway, almost a little bit of a chat on EOC this week. They said, "Oh, who's your favourite Batman artist?" And it got me thinking, what if we sort of nicked that a bit and ran with it and extrapolated it to other characters? So I kind of said to you, it doesn't have to be the best, and it quite possibly won't be.
Yeah.
But it's just to be, if I said some characters, and just we can. And I think it tells a lot about our reading habits, where we started reading, what we enjoyed, what we talked about over the years. And I thought we could, if I just sort of threw a few names at you, and you could tell me who your favourite artist. So I'm going to go random on this, by the way.
And and play along at home, folks. Be interesting. Obviously, you're going to hear our answers, but feel free to shout out loud on the bus that you're on. But
so they're all DC and Marvel, apart from one wild card, which I threw in.
Okay.
Which is a British character. So let's start with him. Let's start with Dredd. Who's your favourite Dredd artist?
Oh God,
I've kind of got one main one and one secondary. My main one is Carlos Esquerra, obviously.
I think his name will come up a lot.
Yeah. Brian Boland, he transcends Dredd to the point where like he's a fucking superstar for me. So
and did very few, in fact. Yeah.
He's almost like in a category on his own because he's just fucking amazing.
Yeah. I mean, for me, Dan essentially nailed it because when I was, picking up stuff and interested in it, those were the two.
Yeah.
hit me. Ascara
very different,
more
right?
so. Yeah, Ascara more so.
Okay.
For me. But yeah, very different.
It's funny because Bolland comes up in a lot of conversations about a lot of characters, but when you think about it, he didn't actually draw them that much.
No.
No.
But then that thing is, that's what you get with a lot of artists as well. They can just do a run or an issue, and if that issue hits you at a specific time, all of a sudden it becomes that's your figurehead.
Well,
isn't
Yeah,
it? That's
mine is
fucking
someone who
when he-
didn't draw him that much. Yeah,
Go on, T.
so mine's Brendan McCarthy.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think anyone has ever shown a greater, more interesting, more just crazy future for Dredd than Brendan. McMahon maybe,
Man,
but
for choice, really, didn't you?
I think the stuff he did in Oz, The Day the Lord Died, Doctor Panic, Atlantis,
Yeah,
the Blood
yeah.
Donor is much quoted as being like, when he really certain. And I'm so fucking pleased that we got him on the show all those years ago and had a chat with
Yeah.
him. And he was super lovely, wasn't he?
yeah.
Great guy.
And that dude, Skin, I think still to this day should be revered as much as Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I think it's
fucking
amazing.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one
ending
for
to
me,
fucking gut
actually,
punch.
Cam Kennedy. He was
Okay. Yeah, I like Cam
Yeah.
Kennedy.
for me, it's
Light and Darkness War. It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, and also like the way that some people draw the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did the bike nicely. I think there's certain sort of their line quality and stuff.
Boland didn't do that much, did he? But like he did the introduction to the Dark Judges,
Yeah,
which is like a massive storyline, and you got a fucking great one of the best artists on it, and it's just fucking Dredd.
I remember looking at a Walter the Wobot he drew on his table once
Yeah.
at New York and looking at it and thinking, fucking hell, that's expensive, but that's the most beautiful thing I've seen today.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, just beautiful stuff. Yeah.
yeah. And I know there's lots of artists that I'm immediately thinking of. Well, I
Yeah.
know as soon as people mention him, I'll be like, of course.
Bolland's
I
more of a
didn't
cover
hesitate.
artist, isn't he? Really,
Yeah,
when you look back
yeah.
at the history of his art, but apart from the Killing Joke and a few other things, but
That's
it's
like
more,
the
it's
money
more
nowadays, right?
that, I guess.
See,
Yeah.
And there's certainly there's a lot of artists as well. It's interesting seeing. I mean, Cam Kennedy's an interesting one. That when you see some of the earlier work, their dreads change.
Yeah.
Over the
Yeah,
years.
Carlos was the same. Yeah.
And that's fascinating to see. I think another one. And this could just stick for a lot of things. Bisley.
Okay.
Certainly very much sticks in my head. But whenever I think of Bisley, I think 2000 AD anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I do as well. I think Horn God, and I think Lobo.
I think in more Slain than Dredd. Bisley.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think Lobo perhaps is the only place I've ever really. I'm not. I've said it before. I'm not a massive Horn God fan. I prefer a lot of other Slain to that one.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm not a massive Bisley guy. I don't know why. I can't understand his popularity and everything. I wish he drew more.
What's the one he done about? Was it Shit the Dog? It was just,
Yeah, shit.
the whole comic was a dog. The dog going around doing big shits. Fair play.
That's autobiographical. Okay, let's switch to another one. Spidey.
Oh well, yeah. I've said this a million times over. He's my ultimate Spidey artist, and that's Mark Bagley for me.
Bagley.
Yeah. It's good.
I understand the classics, but for me, like that Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
When I hit
It's close to you.
yeah.
T. What about yours?
Ramita Senior. I know I'll probably break some people's hearts.
Yeah.
Some people will write in, but Ramita Senior, when he took over from Ditko, and it was a period that I was reading the weekly, Spider-Man Weekly, the British Weekly. He was in it, and I remember just loving it. He made Peter Parker more. Looked a bit more like the Fonz at Happy Days sometimes, but it just stayed with me. Nothing's been as nice for me. There's been amazing Spider-Man artists over the years. Just him, probably. Yeah, you Dan?
Mine's Erik Larsen. He's
Cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think that's another.
Man, his work on that was just, I think it's like his career best. It's
He does the best looking Spidey sense.
amazing.
Right,
You know,
interesting.
you know
Great
that sort
eyes.
of jagged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just, I'm kind of kicking myself. I didn't fucking get that book. There was a collection of his entire Spidey run.
Right, it is mad pricey now.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
it just sold out so quickly, and it's like it's insane.
He
It was
drew
insane
a
price to begin
vulture
with.
that I was actually interested in reading, and the vulture's
Ah,
character I
right.
just don't like. I've never been in. Well, it's not don't like. It's a bit harsh, but I just never been interested in a character. But I liked Larsen's vulture.
Yeah.
I thought it was
We did
cool.
a video a couple of weeks ago, a watch along of like Larsen drawing, and he's got the weirdest drawing technique.
He holds
I've
his
ever
pen
fucking
very
seen.
strangely, isn't he? Yeah.
It's like he balances on his thumb. and he's like used it like a. You have to watch the video. He recently had an injury to his thumb, and he couldn't draw that way, so he had to have
God.
like, some thing this week. It's not like too bad. I think he got like an infection or something, but he pushes like all the pressure down on his thumb, and it's very quick strokes he's drawing with, and he bangs out this venom on this like on a con floor. It's like fucking hell. There's no kind of hesitation. Just boom, 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 boom. Every
I haven't got
stroke
any.
is
I haven't got any Larsen OA. I'd love to get some. I met him a couple of times. Lovely chat to. Really nice. Yeah. Moving on. Fantastic Four.
Oh,
I had to go for John Byrne. Like,
Okay, good shout.
yeah.
I love his stuff. He was going to be on this list somewhere, and I ducked him
he's on my
somewhere
list.
else. So I was like, I'll put him in here.
Actually,
Yeah, good choice.
It's an interesting one because Fantastic Four was a comic that I never really sort of read too much of, like throughout. You know, that was there was issues here and there, or they were involved in big things. But when I think of the Fantastic Four that I just like the style of, it's Kirby.
Yeah, it's great.
That's my.
That's the only correct answer, Vince. I think you'll find.
The outworldly stuff he does.
Yeah,
it's another level.
This man, this monster is peerless.
Yeah. It's very hard to not mention the big guns like that in this.
But it was interesting.
Like I said, it's a personal list, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Of course, of course. I'm only joking, but yeah. I think that over 100 issues he did with Stan. I think once you get past the initial phase of it, and then you just get into the Inhumans and Galactus and the Silver Surfer and all this sort of thing, you think this is just Black Panther. It's just nearly everything that remains in the Marvel universe came in like so few issues of Fantastic Four. And
Man, if a creative team come up with one of those ideas nowadays, they'd be like, they're the fucking greatest of all time. And they come up with just bang after bang after all
issue after issue of just incredible things. Yeah. Oh, it's the one that I'm slowly working my way through collecting what I can afford.
Nice.
Hefty, and it's everything. All they're just beautiful. I don't mind low grade, but it's just so incredible. Just breaks my heart how good they are. This monster is. I genuinely think I actually genuinely think Ben Grimm, the Thing, is probably the greatest character in Marvel.
He's really. He's
really?
It's the heart. He's the heart of Marvel, I think.
I'd say alongside him and Spidey, they could be kind of the left and right ventricle of the Marvel heart.
Yeah, I think you're right, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're really the center of it.
He's ever dependable.
That's interesting because, because I think a lot of people just don't see Ben Grimm like that, do they? But he is. I can see why.
Yeah.
But I can see why. You know.
Yeah. It's such a great dynamic they built with that as well. I know it's not an original dynamic, but it just works so well. Yeah. And it has worked so well for donkey's years.
Yeah. Those kind of stories are just kind of evergreen because they can disassociate them so much of kind of. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, Galactus over New York. Okay, FF
X-Men?
was good. X-Men. I'll go first. John Byrne.
Oh, fair enough.
For me, it's just got to be that early Byrne work with Claremont. Nothing has been as good. I'm still searching. Every week I search for the thing that's as good as that, and nothing ever has been.
Yeah, you keep panhandling fucking great big logs of shit to hopefully find
I really do, and particularly bad at the moment. I know I'll get shit, and people say stop buying the X-Men. Every time I put it as the worst comic of the week on tops and bottoms, someone writes to me and says you got to stop buying it. I can't. It's like
you got to start viewing it as like an act of art of constantly buying this comic and getting chapters.
It's a never-ending line of comics that I've built up since I was fucking 6 or something, and I can't not do it. It's
gone
over
beyond
50
its transgressed.
Years. But yeah, Byrne for me. What about you guys?
Yeah, I want to wind people up and say Jim Lee because
just for Cliff.
No, but I'm completely the same.
For me,
I've got a couple of honourable mentions though that I will say.
Okay.
Yeah, X-Men 1 and 2 came out, like the big boys, the relaunch. Well, I don't know what you'd call it, but mate, that was the fucking. Me and my mates were all over that.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
When like I say the news agent, the issues whenever you can get them kind of thing. So rare to see a comic book. And I remember one of the Savage Land when Rogue came back, Rogue and Magneto story. Oh, yeah. And that was my introduction. Which one came first though? Was the Captain America, Wolverine and Black Widow issue afterwards?
before the Rogue Savage Lands.
Yeah,
I can't remember. No, I can't remember.
But though,
They
but
kind
one
of
of
blend a bit.
yes, they kind of blended it because it was Jim Lee's run, wasn't it? But those 2 issues were sort of the introduction to Jim Lee. That was sort of like a fucking firework went off in my brain. Like what? And from then on, just
that's fine, guys. I mean, there's no wrong answers here.
Yeah,
although you are wrong.
But another one I just got a really good kick out of because I've just been a fan of his work always. Anyway, was Joe Madureira. Madureira. When he was doing Uncanny and stuff, it was like we loved him from like me and my mate Dan loved him from like Deadpool and when he did stuff like that, and it was like wow, this guy's doing the X-Men. It's like our favorite new artist of the time was then doing the big title and
big title.
It's the big show, wasn't it?
Yeah. I loved all that.
Daniel,
now the shit show.
Oh, you've given yours, okay?
Yeah.
Here's a difficult one. Justice League of America, JLA. I didn't know whether you two would have a favourite in that one.
It's a difficult one because I never really read it, so which sounds strange, but I just never really the Justice League titles.
I was thinking, who did Bwahaha?
That was
Giffen, wasn't it?
Yeah, Keith Giffen.
No, who's the artist?
No, it wasn't. No.
Oh
fuck! I can't believe my brain's.
I met him the other day.
Because that was Justice League International.
That was just Justice League initially, wasn't it?
Yeah. God.
Who drew?
I was going to give mine as a side note.
Okay.
In JLA, this is the first time I came across Adam Hughes' work.
Adam Hughes.
Yeah. Oh, it was Adam Hughes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kevin Maguire.
Kevin Maguire, sorry. I'll get those two confused.
Okay.
Yeah, Kevin Maguire. Yeah, lovely, actually. And did Thought Bubble this year. Didn't have a fucking clue what was going on.
Join the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, fucking Adam Hughes' kind of rendering of people, generally women, is fucking spot on. He's so great.
I would say probably when thinking about that because that sort of the Bwahaha is so close to my heart. That was the bit I was reading. So Maguire, and also he's just responsible for the classic looking down at the lineup. They're all looking up at the camera.
Yeah.
Which I think is just it's almost a perfection sort of like composition for a superhero team.
To give him personality for each person, etc. Yeah. No, it works, doesn't it? Yeah.
What about you, T?
Dick Dillon, you may not know, but he drew the Justice League of America from 1968 to 1980.
Wow.
Drew a lot of Flash as well. More famous, amongst some comic fans, for Black Hawks. DC Comics presents World's Finest. Just
gotcha. Okay.
Absolutely,
totally
beautifully.
That style. Yeah.
It's the style. Did he draw the one we just voice acted on? I think he did. Is that right? I think so.
Okay.
The crier,
the weeper. I think
the weeper.
My character.
But the Eyeback. But just consistent, just beautiful. I just love reading his comics. It's just there's a real personality to his art as well. It's somewhere between
that's something about what I love about that actually the classic and vintage comics. No matter whether it be superhero or just vintage comics in general, the absolute consistency. And
he drew through the Silver Age into the Bronze Age. Yeah.
That cannot be undersold. That how consistent they were. And we talk about some of these artists, League's later artists. We love them, but sometimes it went a little bit wonky in between certain panels or things like that. But back in the day, everything was fucking on point every time.
And he had that style where it had a realistic tint to it, but it also he could drew the fuck out of Elongated Man or something like that, curling his way around the room, and there was just a dramatic act to a dramatic act to some of the everyone was outraged by things and everyone was driving into action, and he had to draw loads of characters and. Yeah, I think a forgotten master. I think just beautiful.
I never read that JLA. The one in was it the 90s with was it Grant Morrison?
Yeah, that was the big one.
Yeah.
That was when they came, and that was Howard.
I never read that.
What was the name of the artist? Howard something, wasn't it?
Porter, is it? No, who's the?
I think it was Howard Porter, wasn't it?
Who's the guy who did a podcast on it? Our buddy. He did a podcast on it, didn't he?
Oh, PJ.
PJ did a podcast on it.
Yeah, it was Howard Porter. Yeah,
that's where fucking he said had the mulleted Superman, which was never a fan of.
No.
Yeah. Well, let's move to Superman. Dan.
My Superman, Jerry Ordway. He's
Oh,
fucking-
nice
yeah.
choice.
Do you know what I mean? Dan, like, do we read the same books or something, man? Fucking hell.
Well, me and you kind of like we got
Yeah.
very age-wise, we're quite similar.
Yeah.
So some of the
Yeah.
stuff we've been exposed to
Yeah.
will be similar.
Ordway's
Yes.
the governor, man. I love Ordway's
Yeah.
stuff. That retro feel to it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like. There's kind of like it. It was of its time, but also had like the retro quality going on. It's a fucking joy, man.
There's one, yeah. I think he's the main one for me. The other one that sticks in my head because I think I've said this on the show before. When I was younger, there was I got like a little sort of reprint book. It was like really old sort of Superman stories from like the 70s and stuff like that. It was weird, and there was some proper hippie. When he hangs out with hippies and stuff like that.
Yeah,
just read it over and over. But I think there was stuff like Kurt Swan in there.
That's my choice, man.
And
Kurt Swan.
I think that's why Kurt Swan is like, he's another. It's almost like two sides to me. There's the Jerry Ordway, and there's the Kurt Swan.
Well, they've both got a retro feel. They've both got the sort of
Yeah.
40s, strongman thing going on in a way,
Yeah.
But I'd say I've got Kurt Swan written down because he's my childhood, and then I've got Dan Mora for a more modern Superman. I think he just knows how to do that big Boy Scout thing. I think he's really good with it. Dan Mora's MVP.
Yeah.
I find that
moment.
kind of the old school art style real kind of soups for me.
Yeah,
as opposed to
absolutely.
the modern stuff.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Who we got left? We've got 3 left. Let's go. We'll leave the big one till last. Captain America.
You probably guess, man.
I'm going to guess yours, Dan. You're going to say Mike Zeck.
I'm gonna say Mike Zeck.
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Me too. I was going to say Mike Zeck because I can't say Kirby again.
Guess mine
Mike
then.
Zeck, brilliant.
Guess mine then. And this is an artist that I could name for a few different titles because I just felt like I seemed to read a lot of titles at the time that had this artist in. I'm a big fan of his.
Let me see.
Ooh.
He did some 2099 stuff as well. But who do you think is my? I think he did a stint on a lot of Marvel books.
Not Pat Broderick.
No.
Not Ron Lim.
Yep.
Ron
Ron
Lim.
Lim.
Ron
Ron
Lim,
Lim.
yeah.
Ron Lim is mine.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, nice. I like Ron Lim. Really like him.
I
Always
remember
think of
there
him
was
as
the
Silver Surfer.
Great Silver Surfer.
He's my Silver Surfer artist as well. If that was one of them.
Yeah.
But I remember when Diamondback and Captain America had a bit of a love thing, and Ron Lim was my artist. Then I just Ron Lim, man, fucking give him some
It's
props.
fucking
People
great.
need to
Yeah.
show some fucking respect because everyone goes on about like at the time the Infinity Gauntlet and all of this, and the way fucking Thanos looks a lot of the time.
Ron Lim
Ron
took
Lim.
it over from Stalin, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ron Lim, that grimace on the face, that's all fucking Ron Lim. That is.
Yeah. Nice.
There's
Yeah, he's still doing comics. Still doing
Yeah.
stuff.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
sheets of like someone cropped all these panels out of Silver Surfer of the various energy effects of like Surfer blasting and explosions, lasers and stuff. It's like each one is individualistic. I've got its own little.
Oh,
traits to it.
per
So it's
person.
fun.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really good.
Yeah.
That's great.
Ron Lim
Stuff.
had this little where the server sort of moved forward and like he had his arm, when he does his blasts like that with the two flat hands.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking good. Because I
I
think
think
he was
yeah.
also definitely sort of influenced by like he had the Kirby crackle in some of like the effects
totally.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 left. Last one, but penultimate Avengers.
See, this is a difficult one for me because I never,
Yeah.
much like the Fantastic Four, I didn't really read them as much. So
I put John Buscema.
Yeah, he's my
yeah.
old school choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. The treasuries I read that he was in and stuff, and the early issues, I just loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's stuff I've seen when he's done like he'd done a spread of characters from Captain America and like Cap and all the supporting cast.
Oh,
like
so
D-Man
good.
and Falcon and stuff. It's like, this is amazing. It's really lovely stuff.
Yeah. I remember when the Vision breaks into Avengers Mansion, and it's beautiful stuff. Yeah. Was it? No, it's a Black Panther. I'm going to say George Perez is another one.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
He's a fucking
Perez
goat.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all the way through till he did the rebooted issue, didn't he? He did like loads of issues of that. I funny enough catalogued them the other day, and it goes on for issue and issue, and it's such detail. Now monthly.
Yeah. How the fuck do you do that, man?
The ones that stuck in my head though, around the time that I was reading them, and obviously Avengers was kind of off the boil at that time. Steve Epting, do you remember when he did it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good run, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really on the boil, was it? It wasn't like the Avengers we know now, because there was some good stuff happening then. I remember him.
Good stuff.
Cracking stuff.
And then the last one, the big one, Batman.
One that's always kind of stuck with me for Batman, and it's Norm Fogel, because like I used to fucking love the way he did the capes.
Yeah,
it's like a cape that he draws it the way it can be done in a comic, but it can't be done in film or TV. It's a comic book thing, and it's fucking amazing.
Changes depending where he's standing. And I do love that as well, man.
I mean,
again, him and Alan Grant did a very consistent run. Yeah,
Todd McFarlane took fucking deep drafts of the
that's
cape
true.
thing.
Yeah,
because like that's all over his Batman work and Spawn stuff. It's a lot of his silhouette stuff as well. When he's Batman, it's just the black. It's great stuff.
Yeah, I get you. Vince?
For me, and there's loads of cool Batman stories, but the one that always is sort of near and dear to my heart was when he was blue, grey, and had the yellow emblem. And obviously I was reading it in the reprints. I love the way he does the Joker as well. Neil Adams is one of my, when you see Batman,
and he does a great shirtless Batman, doesn't he?
Yeah. Hairy chest, big hairy chest. I wasn't so much. I know he came back to do stuff later on. I wasn't a fan of that. When I talk about Neil Adams, it was that sort of 70. When the
what was the one where he talks about a coffee machine for the first fucking 3 or 4 pages? Do you remember that one?
Yeah. But that classic where the logo at the top was Batman and it had his head and the bat symbol. Yeah. That's my jam. That's totally what it is for me. And like I say, I saw it in reprints. I'd love to pick up some of those issues now. Maybe at the Comic Mart. Look at some of that
you
stuff.
get a collection of them. Cheap collection, I guess.
Yeah, I think that'd be really fun. But he did some of the best. It's a pose that's so cliche now because it's been used by Daredevil and Spidey and all this. But Batman sort of swinging through the night and he's sort of reaching out to the.
There was a thing of his, wasn't it? It was like reaching out.
So good.
Yeah. For me, Frank, I'd read a lot of Batman. Awful lot of Batman before I read Dark Knight, but it just fucking hang on. I remember reading an issue at UCAC, sitting in the corner on my own, little lonely fucking bloke, young kid, sitting in the corner in a Dark Knight Returns that I just bought from a table for most of my fucking pocket money, and just going, fucking hell, it's amazing.
This is another thing.
Yeah, but in my other mentions, I got David Mazzucchelli, Neil Adams, Bray Fogel, and Marshall Rogers, and Gene Colan. I'm a fan of Gene Colan's work. I think he's a good guy.
You're kind of, it's an abundance of riches, right? If you try
with Batman, there's so many. There's so many there.
Yeah. And I think one thing about I love about these lists, and sometimes we always sort of revisit certain things like this from time to time. But one of the things that gives me joy is you immediately think back to it and you think about the issues, and if you happen to have a trade, or if you have, and you think about your favourite artists, listening to this, go to the shelf, pick it out, and reread it again. You just get joy from it.
Have a look.
Like some of them are better in the mind than when you read them. Like I was loving at the time, but I don't get such a kick out of it now. I mean, it's still great. I used to like Andy Kubert's work on X-Men. He was a big X-Men artist for me, and he was there for like the wedding issue and all these big points, and he was brilliant. I don't get such a kick out of it now. Looking back, it doesn't have the same sort of connection with me. I think sometimes when you see it in these collections, all the the collections are such haphazard. The 90s fucking trades of Executioner's Song or whatever it is such. That's like that Russian roulette reading one of them, isn't it? It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But there's other ones that you just go back just to look at the art and just be like, and it just gives you a warm, fuzzy feeling inside, doesn't it? Just thinking, this is it. This is what it's all about.
It really does, man.
Yeah.
I try and read Dark Knight every few years. Same as Watchmen and a few others. I read them every few years, and it does. It still brings back that feeling when I read it.
Yeah.
Just this sort of a nasty bit to it, and you're so on edge. Is he going to survive? He's an old man, and all this sort of thing going on.
Yeah. See, I
get
more of a kick out of I think because of the influence that the Dark Knight had on everything, like going back to comic marks or looking classic comics now, like almost before all of that, that joy and the fun and the bright colours and
Jim Aparo we haven't mentioned.
Some of it's absolutely nonsense.
Jim Aparo,
yeah.
And there's a big hardback come out this week about him, isn't there? I think I keep looking at it and think I might buy it, and then think how much space have I got in my house? But
There's always more space for more comics.
There is. Yeah. Let's get rid of the wife.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing this listing thing. I just come and sit up in the comic room all weekend. That's all I do now.
Nice.
To sit up here.
How is that? So
last couple of weeks, I haven't done as many last couple of weeks. Combination of long hours of work and fucking sleeping in. But yeah, I'm about 22,000 now into it. So I'm beginning to worry about my phone storage now.
Why so? Because you have to take.
It's already using like 6 gig. You don't take a picture, but it lists it. So just the weight of the library.
Wow,
is currently that.
Fucking hell!
Well,
can you export that document?
Yeah. You can. You throw it into the cloud, so it's always there.
Yeah.
That's what you pay them for.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just delete that folder, Tony? From your phone. Why don't you delete that folder?
That'll be fine. It won't delete everything then. No. I'll do that now. Yeah, I'll do that now.
Yeah, because that'll free up a good 15 gig.
Yeah. Oh, that folder. The one of you two. Yeah. I've got a folder of Vince lookalikes. Shall I delete that one?
Delete that.
I sent one of them along, didn't I?
Yeah.
Like that, did you, Vince?
No.
Just got a finger emoji.
Vengeance will be swift and unexpected. But
that was like one of those. It was like Vince, but under one of those fat filters you get on your phone.
Yeah. Fuck's sake! It was like someone drew my face on a thumb. Anyway,
he's a big fella. He did look like you, though.
Yeah, there was. I scanned it and I thought, oh, Vince put a bit of weight on. I know it's not him. No, I didn't do that.
Anyway. I'll just stop recording now if you want, you bastards.
That'd be funny one week.
No, I was looking for that folder and I've got that one.
Yeah.
I think it's like the Doctor Who special effect. Like there's a head on the side.
Yeah.
But
no, it's not Doctor.
Like me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one looks like you. The Doctor Who one. Yeah.
The boy out of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
The weird little kid. Yeah. That's you.
And Tony just looks like Fabio. So
you look like that director. I've got a couple of shots of you.
And comic book writer now. Yeah. He's writing 2000 AD at the moment.
And the Tinker out of the MCU, that actor.
Oh, that's another one.
Yeah.
Good.
So much sex appeal.
Fat Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Oh dear. And
it's an audio medium. They're not in for the pictures.
They can just imagine how sexy we are. Actually, it's been interesting, like when people have met us in real life, isn't it? And they're surprised that we actually look like this.
Oh, you got hair.
Yeah.
People are surprised.
We thought I was a baldy person. Yeah.
Do you think
you sort of imagine my aggressiveness of a bald person?
Do you think they're aggressive?
Well, they're angry because they've got no hair.
No. Tony's got a lovely head of hair. Chocolate waterfall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's also got quite a fabulous beard at the moment. So if you
just sort of unshaven. Yeah.
So if you turned his head upside down, it'd look the same.
It would. Just one eyebrow. Yeah. Right. Good. Moving on from my face.
Yes. Nice.
Yes.
Moving off from my face.
Yes. So let us know on these topics, folks. Keep the conversation going on the Slack.
I'm sure you've got your
on the Instagram
faves.
You've definitely got a faves, and I tell you what, if you do have a fave, then show some love to them and either post them up on your social media, just say, oh, this art was amazing, or on the Slack, or wherever, your social media of choice. Just show some love, especially some of these classic artists that not enough people talk about a lot of the time.
Yeah, definitely. It needs to be talked about more.
Yeah. So without further ado then, let's get on with the rest. We've had a little bit of a fun little chitty chat there.
Yeah. I was back to Bundaberg ginger beer. The beer of kings.
The beer of kings. The greatest people drink that. By the way, if anyone from Bundaberg is listening, please do sponsor the show because I love
put it in the put it in the listings.
Yeah, I love that shit, and it's quite expensive in the local supermarket.
It's the best ginger beer. That's why, Vince.
Yeah.
You pay for quality.
Yeah. Do you like Dr Pepper, Tony?
I do like Dr Pepper. I had Dr Pepper and cream soda the other day.
I tell you what,
nice,
mix a Bundaberg with a Dr Pepper. That's quite nice. We call it a spicy doctor.
Oh, that's a.
That is without a doubt
ratio?
a sex move. Without a doubt, that is a sex move.
Is that a 50-50 ratio with that? The V.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, Bundaberg's quite a soft flavour though. Do you know, it's not like a ginger ale. Get a fuck off with your ginger ale. That'd be insane. But you know, you want a nice 50-50.
I'm a fan of cream
that.
soda. You can get a Dr Pepper and cream soda mix. That's quite nice.
Yeah. I tell you what though, it's better to mix it yourself. I'm so tired of soft drinks and everything. There's so many different flavours now, isn't there?
Tropical 7-Up makes me want to gag.
Oh.
You know, Alan Partridge calls Dr Pepper
No.
Fizzy Benylin. Fizzy Benylin.
Okay. Do you remember Tizer?
Yeah.
Fucking
was
hell.
alright.
You can only get that in like a B&M or something now, can't you? Fucking those weird.
Oh, it's still doing it. That's good to know.
I don't know.
You don't go to B&M.
Someone said the other day, "What flavour is Iron Brew?" I don't fucking know.
Scottish flavour.
Scottish.
Flavour, yeah.
It's made of girders.
I absolutely love Iron Brew, and I must say, when we took the trip to Edinburgh last year, I wanted to laugh out loud, chose not to. As we were leaving the airport, massive fucking Iron Brew vending machine as you leave the airport.
It's the most popular soft drink, isn't it? In Scotland still, I think.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. God bless the
If
Scots.
anyone from Iron Brew is listening, please do sponsor the show.
Yeah, I'll have a can of Iron Brew a week on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Iron Brew, love it.
Oh,
Anyway.
lovely. I wonder if you mix Iron Brew with Bundaberg. Oh.
Oh.
We're alchemists
iron.
on this show. The spicy iron. That's definitely on Urban Dictionary. Tony's face. I've never seen him look so scared.
Gold. Right, shout-outs.
Yes,
Shout-outs.
what shout-outs have we got?
I've just got the one this week. Smoking Bedroom 1 and 2. There's only a few days left on Kickstarter. If you listen to this episode on the day of release, you do genuinely, I'm telling you now, don't be a fucking clod. Go back it. You're going to miss out if you don't. It's past its sale, so it's definitely getting made. In fact, it's almost finished. From Tribute Press, from our fine Tribute Press, but this is Falp on his own. I've read it. It's fucking absolutely superb.
Now,
Two
Tony,
issues of it.
I can't remember if I have issue 1. Can I get issues 1 and 2 with the
1 and
Kickstarter?
2. So issue 1 has been out for a while, but he's given it a tidy up, and he's almost finished issue 2 now. So by the time the Kickstarter ends, he'll have finished it, and it'll be going off to print. So there you go.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
get on it.
You got any V?
No, I'm just waiting for you, Dan, as
okay.
always.
Yo Comics, a
Sex
comics
top.
fair for kids, by kids, Sunday, 22nd of March, 2026, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Free family event. So go check it out. It's got famous cartoonists, kids creators, and cartoons workshops. That's at Stanley Arts, 12 South Norwood Hill, London SC25 6AB. That sounds fantastic. We've got Brit Forms presents the Psychons issue 2 and Armed Force, the Return of the Evil Psychons, and an Armed Force Conspiracy that smashed through its goal. Nice work there, and that's doing great from Nathan Webb. Do check that one out. Richard Sheaf, the Don, alerted me. He's put up a post highlighting one of the greatest comics Marvel's ever put out is the Getalong Gang special.
Oh my god!
Not sure if you remember the Getalong Gang.
Everyone remembers it.
Yeah, it's good, that one. I remember it's one of those big formats. It's got a cover price of £1.20. I was given that, Transformers, and another one, all three of them. That's the only reason I know about the Getalong Gang. So
something about Transformers is book club. Eamon over at the book club, Mega City Book Club, did an episode, and it's on that movie that I haven't seen that you two like, Transformers movie.
Transformers the movie.
Yeah.
It's the fucking business.
You got the touch.
It's 40 years old.
Yeah, they're doing a tour with it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you can go see it at the cinema, can you?
In August, I think.
Yeah, I'll be seeing that in the cinema. I
Should we all go together? I can sit in the middle.
Yeah.
I did say to my son, like, we're going to go see Transformers when he comes out. And he's like, yeah, and we did The Predator. And he's like,
I haven't seen your son for fucking years. I bet he's a big lump now, isn't he?
he's getting up there, yeah.
You can still lift him every Christmas Day.
Yeah.
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 Last but not least is Lawless. 9th and 10th of May 2026, Doubletree by Hilton Hotel, Bristol, BS1 6NJ. The kind of 2026 is a bit redundant now. I should stop saying that. But it is an older graphic. But do go check that out.
Nice.
If you know the organisers, reach out and get them to contact us on the email, because she used to normally contact me via Facebook. I don't have Facebook anymore.
I have Facebook. Sue.
Yeah, get hold of Sue, just because she normally comes on, doesn't she, for a chat.
Yeah, sure.
And I did have one that I forgot about. Inkblot Comic Festival.
Oh, yeah.
If you go to inkblotfestival.com, their artist applications are now open. So that's Nottingham 2026.
Well, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
they were talking about a London one, weren't they?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've done that yet. I miss Nottingham every year. We used to do Nottingham every year, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had fun there.
Yeah, we did. Oh, those times.
The heady days.
What times we had, and what times we're going to have for the rest of the show now, because it's time for the recommends. Tony, what have you got for us?
Vince, Dan, I have some dirty panties for you.
Oh, dear. Put them in the post. Yeah. What?
There is an awful lot of sniffing these panties by different people in this comic, actually. I'll be honest with you. We'll get onto that in a minute. It's a kind gift from our buddy Hal Weaver, who
Nice.
I had another curry with this week. It's very lovely to see him, as always. This is English language Latvian publication, originally published in France by Tenebis under the title Roxanne Vend ses culottes. I think that stands for, does that Roxanne sells her pants? I think that's what it stands for. Is that right? I don't know. Anyway,
What?
Vend is sell, isn't it, in French? Is that to vend?
No, I can't fucking speak.
I think that's right.
But I'll take your word.
Apologies to any of our French speakers out there.
This follows the story of Roxanne, who, in all honesty, she looks like the sort of woman whose OnlyFans is free. Come on, that's funny.
I took my son to the National on Wednesday, and we went past a picture of like a lady reclining, showing her ass in the mirror. I was like, I bet she's got an oily fans. No one laughed.
Jesus.
What
do you mean no one laughed? Did you say it out loud to everyone in the museum?
No, I said it to my son and my wife. They didn't laugh.
So, Roxanne is a free-living, irresponsible, and ultimately very selfish girl.
Right.
In her 20s, she lives to have fun, doesn't have a job. She even has been turned down at the unemployment benefit because she can't keep her appointments, even for that. She gets home in sort of the opening of the book, and she surfs social media, and she texts a boy she recently sort of dumped, and he comes over, and we get the funniest thing I've read in a comic all year. We get an accidental Hitler, which I'm a massive fan of this page.
Yeah.
So he is.
It's something.
Adult language incoming, folks.
Yes.
He is going down on her, and he says, "I love you." And she looks down at him, and where the hair is on her downstairs, it's just under his nose. Yeah. And you realise that he looks like Hitler at that point. He tells her he loves her.
His hair is unfortunately very similar to
very like it, yeah. And what Maybelline, the author, does is she lets that sit there, and you begin to wonder, is it just my dirty thoughts that have made this look like Hitler? And then about another 20-40 pages into the book, she says, "And you look like Hitler when you went down on me." And I thought, all right, good. I was right about that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
there's a couple of panels of like after that, like you see the panel of what it looks like.
Yeah.
There's a couple of panels of her recognition on her face. You're not quite sure. Like, is she dwelling on it? Like,
yeah. She does a lot of that sort of vacant thinking.
Yeah.
Sort of looking up. It's not that super wordy, this book, but the artist manages to convey so much thought and emotion through just images. And then one evening, whilst masturbating to a Colin Farrell sex tape, she sees an opportunity.
We've all done that.
That you can sell your underwear, your used panties, as it describes, to people for big money. So that's what she starts doing. And her first thing is she arranges to meet this bloke who describes his jumper, I think, stripy jumper, and she goes to meet him in the street. And it's actually quite a dangerous thing to do for a woman. And she gives him these panties. He gives her some money. Then he sort of stares at her and sniffs them. And you realise this is something that's going to happen a number of times in this book. She takes like massive risks all the time. She's a massive arsehole. She doesn't really care about anyone else. She uses people. But but this bloke, unsurprisingly very weird. It only gets weirder. The book only gets weirder. Her life really begins to spiral. She gets involved and introduced to many, many more perverts along the way. But she meets this one bloke, and then she sort of pursues him. She sees him again, and she says to her friend, "Oh no, I've got to go and speak to that man because he ate my arse last time I saw him." So that's kind of where we're sitting on this book. Her mum is just fucking weird. She keeps taking selfies with her. Her best friend hits on her. So she goes. Her best friend's in the toilet, and she's actually sniffing on some other panties that belong to Roxanne as she walks in, and she says, "Like, you can't. I've always loved you." And she sort of hits her, and then she turns her down. And then she goes to a thing that's a bit like an Eyes Wide Shut party where they're all wearing masks, and suddenly she has this moment where it gets too serious. There's like a queue of men waiting to have sex with her, and she thinks, "What have I fucking got myself into? Who are these perverts?" There's a lot of Class A usage in it. She sort of does some Class A's and starts hallucinating and stuff, and I love it because you genuinely don't know where it's going. Nobody in it is likable in any way. Everyone is dislikable. They're all either perverts or clingy or mad or just fucking rude to everyone. And I enjoyed it for that. To be fair, I like the fact that everyone in this is, and I don't have to like a person to read about them. I'm not one of these people who has to look up to someone to, admire someone to read about them. I'm not a child, but I just like reading about these sort of horrible, dreggy people. Now, me saying all that makes it sound like it's super grim, but it's not. It's fucking just weirdly funny. It is about the worst possible bits of life, but it's just actually makes me laugh. The cartoon, I've showed you some of the cartooning. Great cartooning, really interesting use of white line and white space, black line and white space. But the reminds me of Paul Ashley Brown in a way. Okay. I'm going to say some of his work. It's got the sort of distinctive, sort of undergroundy, cool French kind of thing going on, But yeah, it's really well done, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all that sort of thing. See if you can find it. Dirty Panties.
That
Lovely.
does look interesting.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Dan, what have you got?
I've got Under the Floorboards, Volume 2. I didn't know there's a Volume 1. And this was brought to my attention by our friend Grant Alexander Richards.
Hey.
Richards, who's done some fantastic work for the years. The Under the Floorboards is a horror and science fiction anthology title, 100+ pages that I backed and got through the other day. Straight off the rip when I was looking through it, really fantastic book. But when you get to Grant's pages, fucking hell,
it's class
so good, so good. It's just really like, whoa. I was like kind of poring over it. This is really good stuff. It gets better and better. So there's a number of tales in this. There's loads of creators. We've got Simon Bisley, Andre Bresnan, Douglas Hurwitz, Clint Langley, Stephen Austin, and the aforementioned Grant. And there's
he's up against some big names there, but he's obviously winning. Yeah.
There's a whole selection of stories. Like most anthologies, some are going to stick with you, and some are going to be like not so great.
Yeah.
Well, not so great, but like that one doesn't appeal to me so much. And there's a couple in there that really stand out. There's a kind of immigration one that kind of turns into like an alien sci-fi horror story, as these kind of like skinwalkers kind of take on the people they've taken over. The Clint Langley one doesn't have any speech bubbles or narration in it. It's all done through these illustrations, which is a sort of masterclass in if your comic can read without any word balloons, you're doing a fucking grand job. As I said, highs and lows. I feel like the benchmark for me is Pete Hogan's Black Forest for anthologies.
Okay.
I know he wrote them all, but for me that's like one of the strongest horror anthologies I think I've read in recent years from Scratch Comics. And while this has its moments, it's not as good as that at times, but there's moments when it really fucking sings, and I really enjoyed it. There's a couple of missteps where I sort of like point out. I'm not sure about that, but like I said, ups and downs. I think you can get this through Forbidden Planet. It's not quite ready to buy yet, but I did a bit of research, and it's the first one's out. Obviously, the second one's going to be out any day now, and they might even be doing another third one because it seems to be going really well. So if you see this in the store, give it a go. It's a fair old chunky book, and I had a great time reading it. So
Nice.
that's it, Under the Floorboards Volume 2.
Cool.
Nice. Mine was a quick one. I finished reading Gunpowder Profits, which is a title that issue 5 completes the first arc. The trade is coming out in April 2026. This is from Mad Cave. Justin Jordan's the writer. Artist is Patrick Piazzalunga. Colorist Roman Stevens. Taylor Esposito is on the letters. And it's very much a 70s exploitation kind of over the top sort of noir, supernatural, just a caper. That's a good word to use for it, actually.
That's a good one.
Huck and Marley help people for money. Well, in theory, anyway. For some reason, their help always seems to involve massive amounts of property damage or somehow guarantee collision with the supernatural. And if Marley has his way, a huge body count. They're the Gunpowder Prophets, and a simple job rescuing a girl from a backwoods cult turns weird when the super groovy leader's supernatural powers turn out to be very, very real. As it says there, it's that sort of 70s style sort of comic book storytelling. The artwork and the flavour of it, very sort of goonish, if sort of over the top, sort of like, if you can imagine that, with a sort of Toby Hooper sort of Texas Chainsaw Massacre sort of storytelling around the edges. Justin Jordan's a great writer. Been a fan of his ever since Luther Strode, and this one is the climatic. In it, before there were zombie bikers, there was cults, there was all kind. There was a car chase on one issue. Listeners who know I've been recommending this, it's been going along. It's just been more of the same. Great stuff. It finishes nicely, like a climactic bit. The art is not so intense. There's I won't say simpler, but they're out in the middle of nowhere, so there's no real sort of backgrounds. And in this issue, it definitely feels like one of the villains is pretty much based on Jack Nicholson from The Shining. Looks pretty much exactly like him, the way he's drawn. The only issue I've got with the whole story, I absolutely blasted through this to see, it's nice the way it all ended. But it does this thing where one thing I will say, the art is almost reminiscent of our pal Edison Neo in some kind of way, with like speed lines and like lots of movement. The art's really great like that. You'll see what I mean if anyone picks this up. But the tale sort of comes to a climactic sort of end, which is really cool. And I thought we're going to have a couple of pages where finishing off that like an epilogue, like a natural epilogue. And when we set up for the whatever the next, because it's clearly they can do a different story every arc if this continues. And in one page, after this big doings, in one page, it literally just kind of ends it. There's a little bit of a conversation of like, right, you better move on then. And then they're leaving. And I was like, what? I thought there was going to be a little more runway. Do you know what I mean? It just, because everything's so paced so well, and it just felt like the stop, when it stops, the brakes really stop. I mean, you could say that sometimes dragging out a story, you don't need to drag out a story, but I think you could have had another page, possibly, of them just sort of, it feels like they dealt with this situation, they saved this girl, and they were possibly going to say some goodbyes, or, you could have some humour, you could do some bits, but it's like, the big thing happens, and it's like, right, it's done now, you can go. Okay. In the space of like 6, actually, how many it's a 7 panel page. Just get some bits done, and then it just says end Gunpowder Profits. I was like,
yeah,
what?
okay,
what? But the story leading up until that point is great. It comes with a proper two thumbs fresh from me. It was just nice little bit of schlocky, fun nonsense over the top, and the action's great in it as well. It's got a good sense of humour. So that's mine. Gunpowder Profits, the collection, some would say, and that arc. So Tony, what's your last one?
My last one is, it's the friends we made along the way. That's nice.
Which is what this show's all about, isn't it?
It's a collection of comics, 15 Canadian dollars. A collection of comics from our buddy Cam Hayden, aka Lance Goiter. He sent me this new collection and stuck a post-it note on the front of it. I'm going to read the post-it note to you. Hey Tony, ironically, I'm listening to your Steve Laffler episode, and he's talking about not putting a turd on the cover of a comic. Hopefully times have changed and folks will welcome a triple coiler with open arms. If not, I guess I'll just fuck myself, Cam. And then if you peel back the post-it note, there's a picture of the gravestone that says "More Comics" by Cam Hayden, and on it is a big turd with 3 flies around it. There you go. But it's not bad. It's very good, in fact. This is, in fact, his 4th collection. It's a collection of strips from other magazines. So neither of which I read, so it's fine. The magazine's Scene and Scary Monster magazine. It's a follow-up on his previous collections, which I don't know if you remember, were on the Comic House app. That's how I first found it.
Right. Yeah.
Keeping my day job, the least I could do, and Submit or Die were the previous ones. I think nearly all of which we've spoken about on the show. He's a great cartoonist, Cam. He's got a really interesting style that I'm there for. There's a little bit of the sort of underground but mad magazine thing going on with his style. Story moments I enjoyed. There's a scooter race between 2 horror hosts. This is from an ongoing story that I think he must be doing for, I'm going to guess it's Scary Monster magazine. And it's called Roomies from the Tomb. It's about 2 sort of horror hosts who live together. And it's really well done. There's something gets turned into a toaster. Someone gets turned into a toaster. There's a Dungeons and Dragons satire, which I was there for. There's one about office politics. One guy took... I took the kids brown water rafting this weekend, and his colleague he said, "What happened to you?" And he says, "I got cursed by a warlock, and I've got a spectral dagger hanging over my head." And he's just got this sort of dagger pointing at his brain, hanging around his head. It's quite cool. The tiniest hobo. I'm going to say, Cam, he is not a force for good. I think my favourite is a 2-pager called Beverly. And a preacher talks about the deceased, and he opens the door and in come these sort of zombies, and it's really well done. It's really well drawn, actually. I'd read a whole graphic novel about that story. Bert and Ernie make a pleasant surprise, along with Mr. Snuffleupagus appears, my favourite of all Muppets. People don't believe he exists, but here he is. Yeah, another crack from Cam. Oh, the only one I'll say is I showed the guys it before, but he's obviously fitting stories from magazines that were slightly different format. So whilst we've got like glorious 4-page stories like this, we've also got ones that he's had to sort of fit in because it's come from a more of a landscape shaped comic. So just be prepared that there's a lot of panels on some of the pages. Some people aren't used to reading that much.
You're going to get them, right?
Yeah. It's just what happens, man. We've had similar problems with it, sort of thing. Lovely, clear, but crazy, fucking out there from the brain of a crazy person, kind of cartooning, but someone knows what he's doing and makes it nice and clear that you can read what's going along. And there's a lovely, he throws ink around really well, Cam, I have to say. Always look for anything you can find. So if you go to Lance Goiter, Lance, then Goiter, lancegoiter.bigcartel.com, you can buy comics, t-shirts, prints, and there's a link to a sort of is it Star Trek themed comic he does? Fucking people are nuts, aren't they? I'll tell you now. But it's really good. It's the friends we made along the way.
Nice.
From Cam Hayden. That's my second one.
Lovely.
There you go.
What a lovely way to end the show. And, because you lovely listeners, you're our friends, aren't you? Listen to this. We're your friend.
We try to be.
Yes.
We're nodding.
Yeah.
And Bundaberg and
they're our friends.
Iron Brew, they're our friends of choice.
Could be more than friends if you make the call.
Yeah, make the call.
Bundaberg
Make
and Iron Brew
the
people.
call. In all seriousness, though, thank you very much for listening to this week's show. It's always fun to put a 3 Amigos one in, and we talked about lots of different topics this week. And if there's anything you want us to cover, like the fact that occasionally Tony shows us a love egg on the screen to try and put me off during this bit. Actually, it looks a little bit like the bit of amber from Jurassic Park. Is there a mosquito
It is.
there?
No, it is a bit of amber. There's bits in it. Look,
Oh.
Is it a mosquito? Are you going to clone something out of it?
I think I might do when I
Wow.
pop it out my bum.
Wow.
It's like it should have been on Thanos's glove, shouldn't it? It's a bit like that, I
Yeah.
think.
Do you call him Thanos? Like anus?
Thanos. Yeah.
Very nice.
And forevermore I will.
Sure. The infinity beads.
The infinity pegging.
Oh God, that's what we do on this show. We ruin the classics. But yeah, if there's anything that we talked about that you'd like us to discuss more, or perhaps you've got a comic book shop that you want to put a shout out for, please do get in touch. Several different ways you can do it. You can get in touch with us. You can email us awesomecomicspod@gmail.com. Likewise, if you've got any comics that you'd like us to check out, and possibly, we don't do the Facebooks anymore.
No.
So a blind.
I've started posting the things on Facebook again.
Oh, have you?
What
Yeah.
things on Facebook?
I've gone to the Awesome Comics podcast Facebook page.
I
and when
can't
do the
believe
stuff I post-
that still exists, considering I left
does.
Facebook and I thought it was going to go with me.
the Awesome Comics talk. I cannot shut that down. I do not know how to shut that down. That's an abomination. I can't close it.
Yeah, there you go. We are
I've
not
been on
responsible.
Facebook for about 6 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not responsible for that. But is it on the Awesome Comics page then, Dan?
Yeah, I posted on the new episode on the Awesome Comics podcast
Nice.
page. So
Nice.
Well,
Well, if you found us there,
Are
thank
people
you
still
very much.
talking on the other one?
the comics talk, yeah.
Who's on there? People we don't know, or just
Everyone
randos?
on Facebook. Loads of people put stuff on. I've got this new comic coming out and spamming
Really?
stuff on it. And yeah.
Wow.
Imagine a lot of
Okay,
it's
now.
bots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Just be aware, everyone. We're nothing to do with that page.
we're
anymore.
nothing to do with that page.
Well,
But
some bloke on there said, "Oh, how do I come on the podcast?" I think Tom saw it, didn't he? I said, "Well, just send them the email," and then they never emailed us.
yeah.
So I don't know.
So yeah, but if you're listening to this, you're amazing. Thank you very much.
Yes.
But if you've got anything that you're working on, or you want us to let us know about anything, then please do email us with links to the work and stuff, because we will check it out. So once again, that's awesomecomicspod@gmail.com. You can follow us on social media at awesomecomicspod on Instagram. Thank you to everyone who has liked and shared the latest couple of posts we've done. We have had a little spike, so really enjoyed that. And we're at the Awesome Pod on X and Facebook. Dan Butcher does the good work on both of them. You do the X as well, don't you, Dan?
Yeah, X and facial books.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very different thing. I should know. No. But
I sent a lovely message on Instagram today to someone who sent me a long message. It looks exactly formatted like loads of other messages we get about. I'm a comic artist, specialising in unique, engaging illustrations. I'd love to collaborate with you on your upcoming project. I offer quality work at affordable prices and would be excited to discuss how I can contribute to bringing your vision to life. And then a load of fucking links. And then I replied with, dude, we're a podcast. What the fuck are you talking about?
That first paragraph is straight off of ChatGTP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight off of chat.
Yeah.
He hasn't replied, unsurprisingly.
Yeah. So if you're a real person and you've actually enjoyed the show, do get in touch, because we
Please do.
We
like
really
real
appreciate it.
people.
We like real people, and we want to talk to real people.
Not AI people.
And we're sorting out some exciting guests for the next few weeks and months as well. So some great stuff coming up. Where did you hear this show? Whether it was on your commute, or maybe you just sat in bed just trying to get to sleep, and rather than counting sheep, you want three weird English blokes whispering into your ears before you fall asleep.
I know I do.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Coming in your ears just before you sleep.
we're always going to be there. But perhaps you catch us on awesomecomics.podbean.com, on the Podbean app. We're also on Apple Podcasts. Please do subscribe, just leave a review, or because algorithms are such a weird thing, and we get lost amongst all this stuff. So even though I am going to hard shell this, but we do appreciate it. Leave a nice review.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
We have promoted so many people on this podcast. It'd be nice to actually fucking a couple of them.
Yeah.
Like gave us a hand back. Yeah.
So, hand what? Anyway, we're also on Spotify. You can do the same there. We really appreciate it. We're also on Amazon, Stitcher, Podnose, Podknife. Where are we on? Where else are we, Tony? I don't know.
We're on the other network. She got a facial in Texaco Express.
Texaco Express, or was that Tesco?
Tesco
right.
Express.
Wow. Nice. That sounds like a song lyric.
Country and western song.
Could well be.
Wow.
That Tesco Express.
Emphasis on the country. Anyway, join us on the Slack. We, go back and listen to how you can join that, and also buy some merch if you want to support the show. Help keep the lights on here. acpgear.redbubble.com. We've started adding some more designs, and we're going to keep adding them over the next few months and stuff. Anything to make some more money so we can keep those Class A's rolling.
That's a joke for anyone asking.
That is an absolute joke, and also the amount of money
Class
we get.
D's.
Yeah. With the Redbubble payouts, we'll probably get us a multi-bag of crisps.
Get a can of Tizer each.
Yeah, Tizer. That'd be lovely.
Get pot noodle each.
Yeah. But where can people find us online, etc.? Tony?
Neverunending.com or Tony EZ on Substack.
Nice. Dan?
You find me on Twitter at Vanguard Comic, and you can read Vanguard at vanguardcomic.com.
He's back in the room. Did you see that, Tony?
Casual.
Magic's back.
The magic's back. Yeah, I mean,
casual aggressive stance.
We won't mention that he looked up to the sky and was really concentrating on every single word he said just then. But once he's
the one who gave her a facial in Tesco Express. Say that now.
She went for the meal deal, and she got the real deal.
Jesus Christ. Tony's he's celebrating that like we've been watching fucking the Winter Olympics.
It's better than the fucking curling that was.
Yeah, we're going to go and curl one out now. So from everyone here. Did I say where you can find me? At Just a Diablo. That's where you can find me online, etc.
That is.
And join us back here next week for more great talk about comics and some Tony's choking on ginger beer.
Yeah.
So what?
It's so good.
Yeah.
That
was some tasty ginger beer. I'll tell you that now.
Just can't. You couldn't keep it. You couldn't keep it in your mouth, could you? From everyone here.
So tasty it came out.
Yeah, that's another T-shirt.
Tesco Express.
Anyway, until next week, have a brilliant week. Keep reading comics, keep making comics, and while we're going to drink fizzy drinks, what should everyone else be doing? Okay.
Stay awesome.
awesome.
Goodbye.
See you later.